Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy, SSG Lil in the building, and I'm back with another reaction video. We're on to the next week's weekly rap reactions, and for the week that I'm covering, we have a rap from Rustage. This is the Spy X Family rap, Family Business, by Rustage featuring OR3O and McGwire. I haven't heard from OR3O before. She has not appeared on any Rustage raps that I've reacted to in the past, but I'm pretty sure if she's paired with a duo like Rustage and McGwire, I already know she's going to bring something special to the table. And I have not seen Spy X Family before. I honestly haven't heard of it until now with this Rustage rap. So honestly, I did have to do a little bit of research. It's essentially about this assassin, the spy named Twilight. His nickname is Twilight. And essentially he has to have some sort of family dynamic in order to get close to a target and complete his mission. And honestly, I didn't want to spoil myself or anyone else, so that's all I really researched. But yeah, I can't wait to hear Rustage, OR3O, and McGwire's take on this show, Spy X Family, with this rap. And you already know, before we get into it, to avoid a copyright strike, I am not associated with Spy X Family. I support the official release and the creators of the official release. Go support the official release for yourselves. And let's get right into the show. Spy X Family rap, Family Business.
I got a hidden side, a split in my mind. In disguise, the business like I live a lie, revisions I write like Mr. Hyde, a vicious inside. I'm staying fine like butterfly knives. Cable ties that smothered my pride. Stays inside like blood and fine wine. We tying knots like husbands and wives. Hey, call me Twilight, have a sparkle, startle, twist on the door, charm marble. I stay on top of the castle, shifting the blame like a pass in the parcel. They on the run like they marbles, don't wanna call in the marshals. I never miss like a marble, whole bunch of rascals. I'm about to set an example. They ask for paper, please, and I forge them. I got the cake to please like I'm Gordon. They wanna play with me like they're the KGB until I make them need a post-mortem. They got a data breach of informants, thinking the agencies are important. Leave it with vacancies, I do it graciously. I never make a scene, I just cause them.
We all have sins to hide, these feelings that we've kept inside. It's breaking me, we're trapped in this disguise. Wish somebody could read my mind. I'm breaking free, and I'm behind another mountain full of lies. I see the secrets that are written in our eyes, and I don't wanna leave. We're tied the ties of family. This is just a family business.
Me and the fam get it done on the clock, even making statistics.
Just one more job on the list.
Don't understand, every time that we drop it's amazing the witness. Try to say I can handle this, the man's legit. I've written every manuscript, and I can see your moves like it's battleships. Cause there ain't no plan I'm to tamper with. I'm like Anya, I read the brains like an annulus. I lawyered into the checking for damages, then I'm gone like a magic trick. Make them all resign like it's Boris Johnson's cabinet. Moves like an acrobat, a bomb man in the streets. It's so action-packed, it's so hot in Berlin like a panzer tank. So they all look at me thinking, huh, I shine like Stella. They don't remember me, I call that Mandela. Predict their moves like a fortune teller. Gone in the night like I'm Cinderella. Thorn princess, but she act like my rose. Don't need a 7 to double the O's. They look like Watkins, they all be kids, but they act like they're grown. It's my Call of Duty, how I'm going ghost. I'm like all the movies, I'm a Golden Globe. I stole the show, you don't cross the fam. You're a footnote in portfolios.
We all have sins to hide, these feelings that we've kept inside. It's breaking me, we're trapped in this disguise. Wish somebody could read my mind. I'm breaking free, and I'm behind another mountain full of lies. I see the secrets that are written in our eyes, and I don't wanna leave. We tied the ties of family. This is just a family business.
Me and the fam get it done on the clock, even making statistics.
Just one more job on the list.
Don't understand, every time that we drop it's amazing to witness.
I'm Brian.
Alright y'all, that was the Spy X Family rap, Family Business by Rustage featuring OR3O and McGwire. I honestly have to say, bro, all of the Rustage songs in particular that I like, the typically ones that have me grooving, that have me like wanting to sing along, that are very catchy, honestly are the ones that have like the rapping verses but the singing chorus, and occasionally Rustage is singing or rapping within that chorus. I've noticed that as a trend, cause the vocals of Oreo, her paired up with McGwire, I love that. It had me holding my chest like, oh my, keep singing. She sounded like she was giving it everything, and McGwire was doing the same. You can hear him in the background too, not just like when he's paired up with her. You can hear it. Like, we've all had sins to hide these feelings that we kept inside. They're breaking me. I'm like, trapped in this the sky. Wish somebody could read my mind. I'm breaking free. I'm like, okay. And I've been hiding under mountains full of lies. And then all you hear is McGwire in the back. Oh, I'm like, okay. On the secrets that were our eyes, I don't wanna leave. We tied the ties of family. And McGwire again, that whoa. I'm like, come on. This is just a family business. And then Russ is gonna come in classically. Being the fam, get it done. On the club, we can make it statistics. Just one more job on the hit list. Don't understand that when we drop this amazing to witness. I'm like, come on. Come on. That one has to be one of my favorite. Just with the combination of vocals, the background, the melody, combined with the extra rapping. And then you have Rustage on the verses. Talk about he's high and split in my mind. And I like all the references, especially the spy ones, and talk about like, he stains like blood and fine wine. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, man. Because, a lot of the movies and TV shows, they obviously compare blood to wine. Obviously, especially if they don't want to blow their cover and say that it's blood. They honestly say that. And you talk about shifting like I'm blaming the parcels. I'm like, okay. Like, keep going. Just a lot of the references just went absolutely crazy, especially when he said in one of the verses, like she's like a thorn, but she like one of my rose. Don't need a 7 to double the O's. Like, don't need a 7 to double the O's. Like James Bond, Agent 007. And he talk about like read mind like an analyst. And they showed the girl. I'm guessing she has either some sort of deductive power or she could probably like read minds or something. It's anime, so you never really know. And I'm just listening to it. It was just that amazing. It was, you hear all the elements, you hear whatever that the bump 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 bump. Like, you can't even tell, or at least I can't tell what instrument that is. And he talked about Call of Duty, the way I go Ghost. I'm like, because there was a game called Call of Duty Ghost. And he literally said, like, forget like Mandela. And he's like, predict like a fortune teller. Like, slip away like I'm disappear like I'm Cinderella. I'm like, all the wordplay. And he literally talked about they, like, the data informants, like, vacancies. He said, I do it graciously. Like, I don't do a scene, but I calls them. Like, I ain't make the scene, but I calls them. Something like that. Like, he ain't at the scene. It's something like that. And I'm like, oh. Cause like a crime scene, when they have like the chalk, but they got like the body outline, or they actually have the body, but they don't have the suspect. Bro. So, honestly, this rap right here, a very interesting one. I honestly want to watch the show. And I definitely like talk about like very fine like butterfly knives, and talk about we're tied like husbands and wives. It's part of the plot, you know. And he talked about watching the show. He got the Golden Globe. I'm like, come on. And according to like talk about Forge and all that, Forge apparently their last name is Folger, a forger, according to the credits that they were doing in the beginning. I didn't know that. So that's actually a good bar. And he talked about he got that one bar. He got the cake like I'm Gordon. I'm like, you get it, Gordon Ramsay, the famous like British chef, I believe. And you know, hey, I ain't even gonna explain that other part because they had a picture of the woman there, but you should know. And he's talking about the Golden Globe. Yeah, he steal the show. Like, don't mess with the fam. You're a footnote in a portfolio. Oh my gosh. So all the elements just combining in this one rap, like it was just it definitely made it one of my favorites. Definitely one of the catchiest ones that I've heard. So I definitely think that after this, I might actually watch Spy X Family. It honestly seems interesting, and combine that with the amazing music from Rustage, OR3O McGwire. I definitely might check it out. So great job to Rustage, great job to OR3O, great job to McGwire. This was y'all were a pretty great trio. I just have to admit this. This has to be one of my favorite Rustage tracks to date. So that's all I gotta say, y'all. Amazing job. Alright, the next video will either be the next weekly rap reaction or the next random video, which is the Yuji Itadori rap song I Don't Want to Be Alone by Dizzy 8 featuring Mix Williams. So yeah, be prepared for one of those two options in the next video. This is the end of the video, y'all. Like and subscribe if you do happen to like my content. I appreciate any support that I get, and it's SSG Lil, y'all. I'm out. Peace.